Hello, welcome to today's video. Nice sunny day. It's 15 degrees, you know. It was a little bit chilly when I left home though. I haven't got shorts on, but I have got short sleeves. And another new shirt. This is the second of my Inbike shirts, and this one vaguely matches my bike. Those stripes almost match those stripes. How about that? So as you can see, I'm out once again on the nice quiet roads of Lincolnshire, this time to the east of Grantham. And very nice it is too, if a trifle windy. So with summer coming up, I guess a few of you, like me, will be thinking of upgrading your cycling wardrobe. I've got a few shirts that are kind of past their best. I've had them for quite a long time, and yeah, it's nice to get some new gear, isn't it, to ride in. So first off, to be clear, Inbike dropped an email to me and asked me if I wanted to try one of his shirts, asked me if I'd have a look on the website, pick one out. Initially I picked this one out for obvious reasons. It kind of matches my bike. But these are a summer shirt, and I'm going to run you through them, and at the end of the video tell you how you can get 15% off them. God, I sound like an advert. So over the years, I think I've bought quite a few what you might call budget shirts. I bought some copies from AliExpress of decent brands. I bought some good brands. I won't name names, but I've had a couple of shirts by quite expensive, very premium brands that haven't actually been all that good. So some of my favourite shirts are definitely not the most expensive. So when it comes to summer shirts, I think one of the things that's really important is breathability and lightness, and also sun protection. I've got one shirt which I wore on a really hot sunny day. I had virtually no sun protection. Got sunburnt through it. It was quite sore. So that's pretty much important. So when Inbike got in touch and I read up a little bit on the website about the shirts before I agreed for them to send me one, they look pretty good. And I have to say, I've been wearing this second shirt, which you saw in a recent video. After wearing that for a few rides, yeah, really impressed. Very comfortable, nice fabric, and pretty well made. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with it. So one of the other shirts that I had for a few years by a very well-known brand, that would be a £65 shirt, the stitching inside was not great. You could always feel it. It was kind of raised. So although the shirt itself appeared to be good quality, actually it was quite uncomfortable, particularly on a longer ride. It kind of almost chafed. And yeah, I stopped wearing it. Very rarely would I wear that shirt. One of the first things I noticed about these shirts is that the stitching lays flat. It's not flat stitching, but it's designed to lay flat. So from a comfort point of view, really good. So here's a nice little picturesque spot Let me stop here and tell you some more about these shirts, eh? Nice, isn't it? So because I was forward thinking, I brought the other shirt with me so I can show you. So what do I like about the shirts? First off, I really like the sleeves. So as you can see there's a wide band on the arm cuff. Now you know some shirts, they have an elasticated narrow bit there which just looks a bit naff, but the band kind of feels right around your arm, grips your arm, and often more premium shirts are going to have that band. I like that. Around the inside, just here, I don't know if you'll be able to make that out, but there's an Inbike logo in silicone. So rather than a definite silicone grip all the way around, which can become too much, you've got the logo. So it's good, because what I found is it's enough to give you a grip, but doesn't get sticky, if you know what I mean. And then the fabric itself, on the sides, it's quite a mesh. So you can maybe just see there, it's quite a fine, there's a fine breathability to it, and it's got a kind of a mesh look to it. Whereas the main part of the body has got almost a hexagonal pattern in it, and that's a little bit thicker than the sides, so you've got a little bit of wind resistance, but it's not wind resistant, but it's not too thin. You know, sometimes a summer shirt can be really thin and it's not too thin. It's got a decent zip on it, and at the top there, just underneath the collar, you've got a little flappy bit there. If I'm honest, not quite sure what that's all about, but it's good all the same. The neck of the shirt, you can see you've got a slightly raised collar, which is quite nice. Feels quite nice around the neck. If I hold the shirt a little bit up to the sunlight, you might just be able to make out a kind of a mesh pattern, the hexagonal mesh pattern on it. So you can see it's reasonably thin, being the summer, quite breathable, but there's enough fabric there that if you leave in a little bit cooler temperature, you're not going to be cold. I left this morning in 10 degrees. I needed sleeves on. I was perfectly fine in this shirt. So although it's intended to be a summer shirt, it's actually still pretty good in the chillier 10 degrees or so. I did notice a detail also on the inside. So this is the reverse of where the pockets are stitched. So you can see there that the stitching is flat, but there's a strengthener there, and that is on the join. So where the three pockets join there, so that's obviously the tension point. So if you're using the pockets, going in and out of those pockets, you could easily pull the stitching out. I'm not sure I've ever noticed that on any other shirts that I've got. And then you can see also on the inside here, you can see how the stitching just is designed to lay flat. It's not totally flat, it's very soft fabric. Every seam is laying flat, so that's helping to make it pretty comfortable to wear. So just while we're talking about the pockets, you can see a fairly standard pattern on the back, 3 pockets on the back, decent size, and these just here are a reflective strip. So how big are those pockets? Should we do the phone test? Let's put my phone in there. So as you can see, it's a full-size phone all the way in the pocket, decent depth to the pockets, all good. So overall, I've got to say, I'm fairly pleased with these shirts, really like them. So how can you get 15% off? If you have a look at Inbike's website, I'll drop a link in the description. I'll also drop a link up above, just there. Is it just there? Yeah, I'll drop a link just above, just there, to their YouTube channel. But if you're interested in these shirts, they've got a whole set of designs for the summer. Quite nice designs, they look the part, they look pretty good. I think they're really good value. Not just saying it because they sent me it for nothing, but yeah, I'd happily buy one. And if I was buying one, even better, I could get 15% off it. So there's a code PG15, predictably, and if you go to the website, drop that in. I'll put a link to that down below, but you get 15% off shirts. This is a very nice spot just here. Look at this, look. It kind of seems too nice to move. I've been sat down for a little bit too long, but I better crack on really. as you can see, it's a very nice afternoon now. Still very windy. Fortunately, I've got a crosswind now, and I'm shortly going to have a tailwind all the way home, which I'm quite looking forward to, I must admit. So when it's windy, this particular road I'm on now, it's got these high hedges. It's quite nice for a bit of wind shelter. I like it. Sky's pretty nice today, don't you think? We've got some very colourful fields around at the moment. Look at this up here, look. It's very nice. I've just turned 90 degrees, back into the wind again now. Got about 1.5 miles of headwind. Then I'll be turning again and back into tailwind. Hooray! It's a very nice afternoon now. It's 1:30 and now I could do with shorts on. So I've completed 2 35-mile rides this weekend. Felt a bit tired after yesterday's. It's probably a bit of a harder ride than today. A bit windier yesterday, quite a bit windier yesterday, and we had a bit more into the wind yesterday. But it was all good. I've kind of done probably 10 miles further than I intended to do today. So I'm quite pleased to end up at 35, and I think that's going to make me 100 for the week. So it is the first time I've done 100 for some time. So if you are in the market for any new clothing, definitely have a look at Inbike. Only worn them a couple of times, but definitely impressed so far, and they are pretty good value at £30 odd with your discount. I'll drop links below to all of the Inbike channels, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Give them a like, give them a follow, have a look at what they do. Don't forget to use the discount code PG15. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you again in a few days' time. Bye for now.